Lewes. Local webcasting for a worldwide audience.
You are listening to Radio Lewes, where the music matters, and welcome back to Guess the Year. I'm Ben Fuller. You know how this works. I've got a year, I've got music and some trivia, and we always start with the music.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I will never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I go black and blue, I go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. Storms are raging on the rolling sea and on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. Nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love.
Adele there with Make You Feel My Love. And if that didn't make you miserable, the news probably will. On the 17th of January, the number of people affected by norovirus stomach bug in the UK reached an estimated 3 million. And Tower Colliery, the last deep mine in South Wales Valleys, closed. The official closure was the 25th. On the 24th, Peter Hain resigned as Secretary of State for Work and Pensions over irregular donations. And on the 31st, Conservative Party MP Derek Conway was suspended from the House of Commons for 10 days over payments made to his son from his parliamentary allowances. And 4 men were jailed for 15 years each for their part in the Securitas raid, the UK's biggest ever cash robbery. Something a bit happier now, before we go into February.
It was nice. 1989, my thoughts were short, my hair was long, caught somewhere between a boy and man. She was 17 and she was far from in between. It was summertime in northern Michigan. Splashing through the sandbar, talking by the campfire. It's the simple things in life, like when and where. We didn't have no internet, but man, I never will forget the way the moonlight shined upon her hair. And we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song, sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Catching walleye from the dock, watching the waves roll off the rocks. She'll forever hold a spot inside my soul. We'd blister in the sun, we couldn't wait for night to come to hit that sand and play some rock and roll. While we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song, sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Now nothing seems as strange as when the leaves begin to change. Oh, how we thought those days would never end. Sometimes I hear that song and I'll start to sing along and think, man, I'd love to see that girl again. Man, I'd like to see that girl again. And we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song, sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. We were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song, sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. 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 Singing about Sweet Home Alabama, yeah.
Kid Rock there with All Summer Long. And I'm afraid February is not a happy month. On the 19th, 9-year-old Shannon Matthews from Dewsbury, West Yorkshire, was reported missing. On the 21st, a jury at Ipswich Crown Court found Steve Wright, 49, guilty of murdering 5 prostitutes. He was later sentenced on the 22nd to life imprisonment with a recommendation that he should never be released. Mark Dixie, 37, was found guilty of the murder of Surrey model Sally Ann Bowman. She was only 18. He was sentenced to life imprisonment at the Old Bailey, where the trial judge recommended that he serve at least 34 years before parole be considered. On the 26th, Levi Belfield, 38, was found guilty of murdering 2 women in London in sexually motivated attacks. He received a life sentence with another recommendation that he should never be released. And on the 27th, an earthquake hit Lincolnshire, and it was felt across most of Britain, with several buildings suffering substantial damage. More music to follow before we head into March. Well, that was starting to sound like a stuck record. Sam Sparrow, Black and Gold. March then, and on the 14th, Michael Donovan, 39, from Bailey Car, West Yorkshire, was arrested for the kidnap of 9-year-old Shannon Matthews. On the 28th, London Heathrow Terminal 5 was opened to British Airways with many problems with the IT system, coupled with insufficient testing and staff training, which caused over 500 flights to be cancelled. On the 30th of March, a plane crashed into a row of houses in Farnborough, Hampshire, killing 2 pilots and 3 passengers. And I'm afraid that really is all there is for March. So we're going to have some more music before we look at April.
You know what it is? Gym class hero. And Dream. It's hard to look innocent when I got cookie crumbs all over my face. You dig?
I like girls, they like me. They look so good and they say, MG, want you to be the one in my only. I wanna be faithful, but I can't keep my hands out the cookie jar.
My hands can't keep my hands. My hands can't keep my hands. My hands can't keep my hands. My hands out the cookie jar. You see, I got this problem. I need help trying to solve it. Cause meeting after meeting, and I'm still a cookie hog. You can hide them, I'ma find them on the counter in the closet. And I'll say I ain't do it with my face covered in chocolate. My girl be setting booby traps to catch me eating Scooby snacks. I left crumbs in the bed once, but I told her I was through with that. She still don't be believing me, and I guess that I'm cool with that. But I got a sweet tooth that'll never come loose, and the truth of the matter is,
I like girls, they like me. They look so good and they say, MG, want you to be the one in my only. I wanna be faithful, but I can't keep my hands out the cookie jar.
my hands can't keep my hands. My hands can't keep my hands. My hands can't keep my hands. My hands out the cookie jar. I got a thing for Milano, Biscotti, Italianos, and I never turn down some Oreos. If you got butter pecan, Puerto Rican, or them oatmeal raisin Asians, hazelnut Brazilians, macadamia Caucasians, double stuff or thin mint, it don't matter, you getting it. Cause I got a sweet tooth that'll never come loose, and the fact of the matter is,
I like girls, they like me. They look so good and they say, MG, want you to be the one in my only. I wanna be faithful, but I can't keep my hands out the cookie jar.
my hands can't keep my hands. My hands can't keep my hands. My hands can't keep my hands. My hands out the cookie jar. I'm a monster for these cookies, I'm a beast. For they trees are animal, for they crackers head to feet, they so damn sweet. Can't keep my hands, my can't keep my hands, my hands out the cookie jar. And there you have it. I tried my best. I went to Cookie Anonymous. I got some failure. I can't seem to keep my damn hands out the cookie jar, but it is what it is.
Cookie Jar there from Gym Class Heroes, and that sees us into April. On the 2nd, an embryo that was a cross between a human and a cow survived a 3rd straight day after being fertilised at Newcastle University. A director for embryonic stem cell laboratories at the Australian Stem Cell Centre said that the 99% human embryo could improve research within the field of human diseases. The Catholic Church of England and Wales, however, said that the creation was monstrous and that the later destruction of it was unethical. On the 6th, the Corporate Manslaughter and Corporate Homicide Act came into force. On the 7th, The inquest into the death of Diana, Princess of Wales, recorded a verdict of accidental death caused by the heavy drinking, drug abuse and speeding of her chauffeur, Henry Paul, who also died in the crash along with Diana and Dodie Fayed. And on the 8th, Karen Matthews, the mother of kidnapped 9-year-old Shannon, was arrested for organising her daughter's kidnap. More music now. This is Elbow.
Like a beautiful day.
that was Elbow, and One Day Like This, and that sees us into May. And May the 1st saw the London mayoral election, where the Conservative candidate Boris Johnson defeated the incumbent Labour Ken Livingstone. A lot of football this month. On the 11th, Manchester United secured their 10th Premier League title in 16 years with a 2-0 win over Wigan Athletic on the final day of the league season. Ryan Giggs, who scored one of United's goals, became the first player to win 10 English league titles. Halifax Town AFC, a former Football League side, were expelled from the Conference National with multi-million-pound debts. On the 17th, Portsmouth won the FA Cup final with a win of 1-0 over Cardiff City, played at Wembley Stadium. On the 20th, Joey Barton, a player for Newcastle United, was sentenced to 6 months in prison after being convicted of assault and affray. On the 21st, the first All-English European Cup final saw Manchester United beat Chelsea on penalties after a 1-1 draw in Moscow's Lazinsky Stadium. I think that's how you say it anyway. And on the 22nd, construction work began on the Olympic Stadium being built for the London Games. June's not very long, but we'll have some more music before we come to it.
You change your mind like a girl changes clothes. Yeah, you be a mess like a bitch. I would know. And you always think, always speak critically. I should know that you're no good for me.
Katy Perry there, Hot and Cold. And there's only 3 items for June. On the 4th, Gretna FC, just relegated from the Scottish Premier League, went out of business with debts of £4 million. And the aforementioned Halifax Town on the 12th also went out of business after 97 years. They were members of the Football League for most of their history. On the 13th, Shadow Home Secretary David Davis resigned as an MP over the government's plans to detain terror suspects for up to 42 days without charge. You're listening to Guess the Year here on Radio Lewes, where the music matters. More music now, before we head into July.
For my moment to come, I'm waiting for the movie to begin. I'm waiting for a revelation. I'm waiting for someone to count me in. 'Cause now I only see my dreams in everything I touch. Feel their cold hands on everything that I love. Cold like some magnificent sky. Fashioned you from jewels and stone. I made you in the image of myself. I gave you everything you wanted, so you would never know anything else. But every time I reach for you, you slip through my fingers into cold sunlight, laughing at the things that I had planned. The map of my
That's Keen and Spiralling. Okay, into July. On the 11th, former Shadow Home Secretary David Davis retained his seat in the Houghton Price and Howden by-election, triggered by his resignation the previous month. On the 18th, the surge in Conservative support continued as the latest Mori poll put them 20 points ahead of Labour on 47%. With an election due within the next 2 years and possibly next year, David Cameron was well on course to become the next Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. With an economic crisis beginning and fears of recession and mass unemployment rising, it was widely expected that his popularity would continue to grow. Further bad news for the economy showed that it had contracted by 0.1% in the second quarter of the year, ending 16 years of unbroken economic growth. On the 22nd, the London Motor Show was held, a highlight being Vauxhall's launch of its new Insignia that replaced the Vectra and was due to go on sale later in the year. More music now, this is the Kings of Leon. Kings of Leon, Sex on Fire. You know, I'm sure you can get a cream for that. Anyway, into August. On the 1st, Barry George was acquitted of the murder of Jill Dando. On the 3rd, British motorcyclist Craig Jones was involved in a serious accident during the Supersport World Championship at Brands Hatch, dying of his injuries the following day. From the 8th to the 24th, Britain competed in the Beijing Olympics. The team won 19 gold, 13 silver and 15 bronze medals and finished 4th in the medal table. The best performance for the Team GB in a century. On the 17th, a light aircraft approaching Coventry collided with a microlight. All 5 people on board the 2 aircraft were killed. On the 19th, following legal depositions at Birmingham Crown Court, Judge Frank Chapman ruled that Anthony Hall, charged with the 1961 murder of Jacqueline Thomas, should not stand trial for the crime, and that the charge should be stayed because it was just too long ago, and Hall would not receive a fair and balanced trial. And on the 21st, Home Office announcement that an investigation was being launched after a consultancy firm lost the data on 84,000 prisoners and 43,000 criminals. They should probably have launched an investigation into themselves for all that child benefit stuff they lost too. That's just my opinion, of course. More music now.
I probably shouldn't say this, but at times I get so scared when I think about the previous relationship we shared. It was awesome, but we lost it. It's not possible for me not to care. And now we're standing in the rain, but nothing's ever gonna change until you're here, my dear. The 7 things I hate about you. The 7 things I hate about you. Oh, you. Your pain, your games, you're insecure. You love me, you like her. You made me laugh, you made me cry. I don't know which side to buy. Your friends, they're jerks when you act like them. Just know it hurts. I wanna be with the one I know. And the 7th thing I hate the most that you do. You make me love you. It's awkward and silent as I wait for you to say what I need to hear now. Your sincere apology. When you mean it, I'll believe it. If you text it, I'll delete it. Let's be clear. Oh, I'm not coming back. You're taking 7 steps here. The 7 things I hate about you. Your pain, your games, you're insecure. You love me, you like her. You made me laugh, you made me cry. I don't know which side to buy. Your friends, they're jerks when you act like them. Just know it hurts. I wanna be with the one I know. And the 7th thing I hate the most that you do. You make me love you. And compared to all the great things that would take too long to write, I probably should mention the 7 that I like. The 7 things I like about you. Your hair, your eyes, your old deep eyes. When we kiss, I'm inside. You made me laugh, you made me cry. But I guess that's both I'll have to buy. Your hands in mine when we're intertwined. Everything's alright. I wanna be with the one I know. And the 7th thing I like the most that you do. You make me love you. You do.
Miley Cyrus and 7 Things, and we're into September, and I'm afraid it's nearly all political. On the 6th, 8 people were killed when storms hit the UK, causing flash flooding in many areas, and between the 6th and the 17th, Great Britain competed in the Paralympics. On the 12th, Labour MP Siobhan McDonough was dismissed from her role as Assistant Government Whip after publicly announcing that she had written to Labour's General Secretary calling for a leadership contest at the forthcoming party conference. On the 14th, amid the financial crisis, rise in unemployment and threat of recession, the Labour government's popularity was reported to have fallen dramatically. As recently as January, they'd enjoyed a lead of up to 10 points over the Conservatives in the opinion polls, but the latest Ipsos Mori poll put them 16 points behind the Conservative Party, which had a 45% approval rating. On the 16th, Minister of State for Scotland, David Cairns, resigned after writing to Prime Minister Gordon Brown requesting a leadership debate. And on the 24th, Labour's Secretary of State for Transport, Ruth Kelly, resigned, stating the need to spend more time with her family. Music now, this is Biffy Clyro.
I took a bite out of mountain range, thought my teeth would break the mountain dead. Let's go, I wanna go all the way to the horizon. I took a drink out of the ocean and I'm treading water there before I drown. Let's dive, I wanna dive to the bottom of the ocean. I took a ride, I wouldn't go there without you. Let's take a ride, we'll take a ride, I wouldn't leave here without you. I am a mountain, I am the sea. You can't take that away from me. I am a mountain, I am the sea. You can't take that away from me. 'Cause you tear us apart with all the things you don't like. You can't understand that I won't leave till we're finished here. And then you'll find out where it all went wrong. I wrote a note to the jungle and they wrote me back that I was never crowned king of the jungle, so there's an end to my horizon. I took a ride, I wouldn't go there without you. Let's take a ride, we'll take a ride, I wouldn't leave here without you. I am a mountain, I am the sea. You can't take that away from me. I am a mountain, I am the sea. 'Cause you tear us apart with all the things you don't like. You can't understand that I won't leave till we're finished here. And then you'll find out where it all went wrong. Nothing lasts forever except you and me. You are my mountain, you are my sea. Love can last forever between you and me. You are my mountain, you are my sea. I am a mountain, I am the sea. You can't take that away from me. I am a mountain, I am the sea. I am a mountain, I am the sea.
Biffy Clyro there with Mountains. And into October, St Hilda's College, Oxford, ceased to be the last single-sex college at the University of Oxford by admitting male undergraduates. On the 2nd, Metropolitan Police Commissioner Sir Ian Blair announced his resignation, citing lack of support from Mayor of London Boris Johnson. On the 6th of October, footballer Luke McCormick, a former goalkeeper for Plymouth Argyle, was sentenced to 7 years in prison for causing death by dangerous driving. The 18th, an episode of The Russell Brand Show aired on BBC Radio featuring a series of prank telephone calls to the actor Andrew Sachs by comedians Russell Brand and Jonathan Ross caused a row, leading to many complaints, chiefly after an article in the Mail on Sunday the following week. On the 24th, the Office for National Statistics revealed that Britain's economy shrunk by another 0.5% in the quarter from July to September. On the 26th, a severe storm in the Lake District caused extensive flooding while 2,500 runners were taking part in a fell race, but all participants were later accounted for. And a weak earthquake in Hereford and Worcestershire, measuring 3.6 on the Richter scale, was felt. And I think we'll leave October there before going into November after this. Oasis, the shock of the lightning, and into December then. On the 4th, Karen Matthews, 32, was convicted of the kidnapping of her 9-year-old daughter Shannon at Dewsbury, West Yorkshire. And Lapland New Forest, a Christmas theme park in Dorset, closed after scores of complaints about the poor quality of its attractions. On the 16th, Sean Mercer, 18, was found guilty of murdering 11-year-old Rhys Jones, who was shot dead in Croxteth, Liverpool, in August of the previous year. Mercer was sentenced to life imprisonment. At the trial, the judge recommended that he serve at least 22 years before parole can be considered. On the 18th, Woolworths announced that their 807 UK stores will close by early the following year, putting some 27,000 people out of work. Robert Napper pleaded guilty to killing Rachel Nichol, who was stabbed to death on Wimbledon Common in July 1992. On the 19th, MFI ceased trading, closing all 111 of its furniture stores and leaving its 1,400 workforce redundant. And that is just about it, I'm afraid, for December. More music from Razorlight, and we'll have a look at the movies.
What is love but a strangest to feel? A sin you swallow for the rest of your life. You've been looking for someone to believe in, to love you until your eyes run dry. She lives on Disillusion Road. We go where the wild blood flows. On our bodies we share the same scar. Love me wherever you are. How do you love with a faith full of rust? How do you turn what was savage take? You've been looking for someone you can trust to love you again and again. How do you love in a house without feelings? How do you turn what was savage take? I've been looking for someone to believe in. Love me again and again. She lives by disillusion's glow. We go where the wild blood flows. On our bodies we share the same score. How do you love on a night without feeling? She says love, I hear sound, I see fury. She says love's not a hostile condition. Love me wherever you are. Love me wherever you are. Love me wherever you are. Wherever you are.
And that's Razorlight, Wire to Wire. Okay, some of the movies of the year. The Day the Earth Stood Still, Cloverfield, Journey to the Centre of the Earth, The Dark Knight, Outlander, Bodyguard: A New Beginning, Passengers, The Lazarus Project, and The Spiderwick Chronicles, to name but a few. If you haven't got it already, this has been 2008. You've been listening to Guess the Year here on Radio Lewes, where the music matters. I've been Ben Fuller. My thanks for listening. I'm going to leave you with Pink and So What. Still next time. Stay safe. Ta-da.
I guess I just lost my husband, I don't know where he went. So I'm gonna drink my money, I'm not gonna pay his rent. I got a brand new attitude and I'm gonna wear it tonight. I wanna get in trouble, I wanna start a fight. Na 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 na, I wanna start a fight. Na 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 na, I wanna start a fight. So what? I'm still a rock star. I got my rock moves and I don't need you. And guess what? I'm having more fun. And now that we're done, I'm gonna show you tonight. I'm alright, I'm just fine. And you're a tool, so what? I am a rock star. I got my rock moves and I don't want you tonight. Check my flow. The waiter just took my table and gave it to Jessica Sims. Shit. I guess I'll go sit with Tromboy, at least we'll know how to hit. What if this song's on the radio, then somebody's gonna die? I'm gonna get in trouble, my ex will start a fight. Na 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 na, he's gonna start a fight. Na 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 na, we're all gonna get in a fight. So what? I'm still a rock star. I got my rock moves and I don't need you. And guess what? I'm having more fun. And now that we're done, I'm gonna show you tonight. I'm alright, I'm just fine. And you're a tool, so what? I am a rock star. I got my rock moves and I don't want you tonight. You weren't there, you never were. You want it all, but that's not fair. I gave you life, I gave my all. You weren't there, you let me fall. So what? I'm still a rock star. I got my rock moves and I don't need you. And guess what? I'm having more fun. And now that we're done, I'm gonna show you tonight. I'm alright, I'm just fine. So what? I am a rock star. I got my rock moves and I don't want you tonight. No, 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 no. I don't want you tonight. You weren't there. I'm gonna show you tonight. I'm alright, it's fine. And you're a tool, so what? I am a rock star. I got my rock moves and I don't want you tonight. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Radio Lewes. Local community webcasting.